Hello everyone, welcome to my first Let's Play. My name is BeanieBurritoMan. Today we're going to be playing Fallout, one of my favorite games. I actually received this as a kid, which, if you're a kid, you probably shouldn't be watching this. However, I did play a lot of it, latchkey kid and all that. First, I'd like to say that, I'm probably going to cut this part out. Anyways, let's get started. You have 3 pre-generated characters. They're all pretty generic. We're not going to do that. I'm going to create my own creation. His name, Francis. There we go. Age, 27. Why not? That's mature enough to go out into the wasteland. Okay. Actually, for this character, I'm actually going to do something different from what I normally always do, which is actually a melee character. So, higher strength, lower intelligence, blah, blah, blah. I'll explain all that later. Well, anyways, they use the special system in this game, which is designed specifically for this game. I don't think it's been used in anything else since, well, except modern Fallout games, of course. Originally, it was going to be a GURPS game, which is Generic Universal Role-Playing System. I'm not very familiar with it, but if you're into tabletop RPGs or whatever, you probably are. So, for a melee build, we obviously need more strength than normal. We'll do 7. Let's see. Perception, sequence, and range combat distance modifiers. See, not very important to us very at all. We'll pretend for a moment that this guy had some kind of traumatic head injury or something as a child, so he's got pretty okay perception. Endurance. Let's see here. Stamina and physical toughness. Well, we're going to make this guy a beefy guy. So we're going to go ahead and bring that up to 7. Charisma, again, head injury. Not that attractive. He's a pretty ugly fellow. So we'll go to 4. Intelligence, let's see. Number of new skill points per level, dialogue options, and mini skills. Well, when they say mini skills, let's say like science. Base is 25 based off 2 times plus 2 times intelligence. So if it's lower, science isn't as good, and that actually dictates to every stat in the game, except luck, really. Well, no, I guess gambling, but whatever. Let's see. So, intelligence 4, so we're kind of a dum-dum. Not like super dumb, because actually, if you have an intelligence less than 4, you really are a dum-dum. Like, your dialogue options are just awful. You could say and some other... It's more relevant in Fallout 2, though. They really went above and beyond for stupid characters in Fallout 2 for whatever reason, but for this sake, we're going to talk normal, but we're just not going to be that smart. You know, brain damage is a horrible thing. But that leaves us plenty of room for agility, which actually is for action points, which are kind of important for doing, well, anything in combat. So, we're going to boost that up quite a bit. So that will give us good armor class, 9 action points. So we get 9 action points per turn, which I'll describe better once we actually start doing stuff. Let's see here. And luck. Certain situations will be changed by how lucky or unlucky your character is. Now, that's usually boils down to combat and your critical chance. Here is 5%. As you see, we lower it. It goes down to 4, etc., etc. We raise it, but it also affects your ability to gamble, and I already said critical chance, and also you're more likely to have critical failures if this is lower. So we're probably gonna leave it at average, just to be in the middle somewhere, so we can raise something else. I'm gonna raise intelligence up to average, just because that actually affects how many skill points you get per level that you can distribute along here. percentage-wise. Now, optional traits are what the name says, completely optional. So you don't have to pick any of these, but you can. And they always have a positive and a negative. For example, if you pick gifted, you have more innate abilities than most, so you have not spent as much time honing your skills. Your primary statistics are +1 to each, which, as you can see, is, whoa, great. But you lose 10% on all skills to start and receive 5 less skill points per level, which we don't want because we're already kind of just of average intelligence, so we're not going to get that many skill points per level anyway. So we're going to go ahead, for the sake of being a big, burly dude, heavy-handed. You swing harder, not better. Your attacks are very brutal, but lack finesse. You rarely cause a good critical, but you always do more melee damage. So even though our critical chance is 5, it's not actually going to happen. We're not going to get as many critical hits as we should. But our melee damage is 6, which is just obscene. I'm also going to be doing a pure melee character. Well, not a pure melee character, but a melee character. I have never actually completed a Fallout game just doing melee. I'm not going to do unarmed because it's easily trained enough with the high agility and the high strength that I've got. So, but I'm going to focus on melee weapons mostly, actually just for fun for me and for you, so you don't see me doing something I've already done 1,000 times before. Let's see here. What else could we pick? Well, we're pretty average in intelligence, so we could do science. Our charisma blows. But that doesn't mean we can't tag these skills. They're just harder to raise up as we go, just because our stat coinciding with that is lower than normal. So you can actually specialize in anything, but I prefer to actually go with my strengths. So let's see here. Endurance. No. It's good for additional hit points. Doesn't really mean anything. Let's, since I'm kind of going away from my standard, let me pick science. Even though we're not super intelligent, we can make this work for us. And let's see here. What's something I never do? I usually pick characters with high speech skills just because it leads to interesting dialogue options, and dialogue is one of the things I'm really into. But I've seen it all. You may not have, but barter to me is practically useless because at some point in the game you're gonna have so much money it's not gonna matter anyway. Let's see. Outdoorsman, endurance and intelligence. Base is 5%. It's terrible. Basically, with outdoorsman, the higher outdoorsman you have, the better chance you have of avoiding random encounters, but I never do anyway because it's good for experience. You know what? Let's pick another weapon skill. No. Let's just go ahead and do speech. Again, we're not very charismatic. As a matter of fact, our character's kind of ugly. So he doesn't have very good charisma. But let's go with speech. Why the hell not? Maybe we'll have some interesting stuff happens. Plus, I'm going to raise other stats as I see fit. Because once I get melee weapons over a certain percentage, I'm not going to need to raise it anymore, and it's already pretty high. So even unarmed, I'm pretty decent with my fist. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
Ah, you're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe. Okay?
Wow, that FMV looks awful. I actually had to do some tweaking to some files in the game to actually get it to work with fraps, so it's going to look a little lame on some of these cutscenes just simply because I had to do a workaround just to get it to work. Hell, I don't even know if it's recording right now. Anyways, moving on. Now we got full control of our character. Here's our hero, Francis. Hi, Francis. You use your arrows. You use the right-click button to switch between commands and movement. So let's say we want to investigate this. Let's take a look. You see Ed. Ed's dead. What a shame. This little box is like my favorite feature of this game. Like, I know that's ridiculous to even think about, but like this is like your dungeon master if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. It gets so descriptive. It can actually raise the hairs on the back of my neck at some points. It's so excuse me. So well thought out. So there's that. Well, let's get this underway. Well, so we saw Ed, and Ed is dead. This guy's basically here for tutorial purposes to teach you how to loot. Let's loot. So he's got a knife and 10mm AP. We're not even gonna need this just being a melee character, but you can barter with it, so we're gonna take that with us. So we start out with 10mm pistol, 10mm rounds, jacketed hollow points, stim packs, which are basically your health potions of this world, some flares, which I've never actually used in the history of Fallout, maybe once or twice, but lighting levels are pretty good even in the dark, so it's kind of supposed to give you a tactical advantage, light up your target or whatever, from what I gathered. And we got some chems here, Mentats and Buff Out. Mentats will a pill box of mind-altering chems, increases memory-related functions and speeds other mental processes. Highly addictive. You can actually get addicted to chems in this game. They call them chems, not drugs. And Buff Out, while highly advanced steroids, while in effect, they increase strength and reflexes. Very addictive. We're going to avoid these. I hate using chems in these games, except with stim packs, of course, but I really hate using these fucking things. The addiction just becomes such a headache, it's not even worth it. Alright, moving on. Let's go ahead and equip a knife, melee skills being our primary skill, at least for combat. Do 1 to 2 damage, but with our heavy-handed, we're going to do a hell of a lot more than that, I'm sure. So, options. Yeah, I forgot to go through the options. For this particular playthrough, I'm going to leave it on normal. Combat speed at the fastest, because some of these critter animations just take forever. I haven't adjusted the volume yet, but I haven't really put out any videos to really see what happens. But I also put running on always. Fallout 2 fixed this problem with smart running, where you could double click to run, but if you put it on normal, in this game, for example, you have to see how he just walks. Well, you actually have to aim far away, even further than that, to run. So if we want to run, we have to click all the way over here. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. I guess it just walks. I don't know. It might have been different back in the day. I don't remember. By the way, I'm actually playing the DVD trilogy version of this, and again, that's probably why it was such a pain in the neck to get it to run. Anyways, let's move on. Let's kill some rats just to get some practice in. If you right-click on this icon here, you can actually change your style here. You can change from swinging to aimed swinging. This little icon here means you're aiming. So it's like if I'm going to hit this rat, I can pick where I'm going to hit him. And these are your percentages and chance to hit. As a matter of fact, let's swing at his groin. Why not? Let's be mean. Oh, well, we missed. We're going to thrust at him, though. Aimed shots early on are not really recommended. And I'm getting a little bit of lag here. It's probably due to fraps. Again, getting this game to work with fraps was just a pain anyway. I'll solve the problem later, but I really want to get this first video out. I had a somewhat of a rough day, so I just want to get this done and on the internet. Not for fame, but for fun. I'm not looking to become famous. If you watch my video, thank you. I appreciate it. Whether you liked it or hate it, I just appreciate it. Alright. Getting a little bit too much lag here. I might actually have to stop the video soon. I don't know. I've not had this problem. My computer's pretty fast, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm not experienced in this at all. You probably tell by the way I talk. I say and duh a lot. There we go. Now we're normalizing. That's better. That's better. I might... Oh. Yeah. This is awful. Ow. Hit for 4 hit points. Those little rats bite hard. I guess it's just good old-fashioned hardy cave rat living. Just makes them tough. As for editing, certain battles throughout will be edited out, usually random encounters, but if it's like this, this example is the tutorial, so I just thought I'd show you what combat was all about and what it was like. I think we're going to pass the stim pack, but it seems to only slow down during combat. That's really weird. I've never had that problem. It's probably fraps. But, when it comes to editing, I will edit out certain random encounters. Maybe save the special encounters, wow, for a bonus video. Just because it kind of, people get confused about the lore of the game. Like, you know, aliens exist in this world. They don't. It's just an Easter egg, folks. We'll get that out of the way now. Fallout 3 fans, go ahead and flame me all you want. It's just not the truth. So certain things, like there's certain little bonus Easter eggs they put in the game, which are funny and fun, but I'm not gonna put them in the until afterwards, until you've seen all the seriousness and grit this world has to offer, because it's just amazing. Yeah, this whole first video is just gonna be me making the character, killing some rats. Nothing too interesting, but hang in there. You're going to see some really cool stuff and some actual celebrity appearances too. Well, not appearances, but there are some celebrities that did some vocal work for this game, which is surprising considering the era in which it came out and the budget it had. I can't believe anybody would go, yeah, I'll do that. There is a large amount of rat feces in this area. Ew. I can't imagine the smell. I wish they would have put that in there in the description. That would have been great. But no, yeah, a lot of rat killing in this first video, and we probably won't be getting too far this first video, but we'll kill some rats and maybe, let's see here, not even level up, but this is your actual screen, perks, which you get every other level. And they aid you greatly, but some of them are kind of stinkers. I'll try to guide you through that. I'm not a professional at this game. There are guys out there that are way smarter than me at this game, but whatever. This is your reputation. This is actually your actual karma. Could be negative or positive depending on your actions. So if you're this guy here, you obviously have very negative karma, and if you're this guy here, you have very positive karma. But good and bad are not always so black and white in these games, and that's what makes them truly amazing. There are some truly ambiguous choices in this game. Whether they're right or wrong, you don't really know. There are moments where, yeah, it's clear cut, but whatever. Moral ambiguity is very important to this particular franchise, and that's kind of where Fallout 3 fell a little flat for me. It's just the ambiguity is not there. It's quite clearly good or evil. I'll try not to spoil nothing if you haven't played Fallout 3 yet. I gotta fix this slowdown before the next video. This is just awful. What an awful way to start an LP. Just terrible. I apologize profusely. Again, it's either the combination of running fraps or just having to work around to get this thing to work, because the newest version of fraps does not like Fallout 1. Or Fallout 2 from what I hear, which I probably will be playing once I finish this series, if I get it working properly. Yeah, so this video should be up today, and today is, I don't know what today is. Let me take a look here. Today is August 12th of 2013. It's actually close to my nephew's birthday. He's gonna be 2. Alright. Doing some general Orkin man work here. Just wiping out some rats. I mean, this is actually probably the most boring this video, well, outside of my commentary. But as you can see here, we're hitting pretty hard. Like, that poor little rat just went sliding across the floor because of our extreme melee damage. It's gonna get worse once we get bigger weapons. These guys are actually doing kind of a number on me, though. Like, for rats, I mean, you figure a cave rat, you just stomp on it or something, but whatever. I guess it just doesn't work that way in the Fallout world. Alright, okay. Well, here we go. I think we're approaching the entrance to the cave. And this is probably where we're going to stop, is right about here. Let's go ahead and get there. To the west, you can see a natural light. For the first time in your life, you're looking at the outside world. And yeah, that's where I'm going to stop it. This is BeanieBurritoMan. I wear a beanie, I love burritos, and I'm a man. See you later.